So the days are getting colder, the water temperature's dropping, and one of my favorite techniques to catch fish this time of year is slow rolling a spinnerbait. So I got a big double willow leaf spinnerbait on here, and I throw these spinnerbaits on shallow weedy flat areas and just slow roll it through the weeds. This bass is not the size that I'm looking for, but not gonna complain about it. Fish can be tough to catch this time of year, and I'll take any one of them I can get. I clean these weeds off. The weeds are still really thick in this lake. Fix the skirt here, the trailer. The bluegills were real thick in this spot when I drove by, so I stopped to try it here and caught that fish pretty quick. When you're doing this, you don't really want to use your rod too much. You just want to reel it real slow through. There's a good one. Oh yeah. This is the kind of fish I'm looking for. This is what I'm talking about. I hope we get through the weeds here. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Heck yeah. That might even be a master angler right there. That's the kind of bass I'm looking for. Kinda skinny, but that's a long fish. I think that might be me, a master angler by length here in Nebraska. We'll have to get it unhooked here and check it, but that is a good one. Get my scale here and get a weight on this fish. Master Angler Nebraska is 5 pounds or 20 inches. So we get a weight on it. I don't think it's going to be 5 pounds. It's kind of skinny. 4.3, 4.2. It's like 4.2 pounds here. On the scale, about a 4 1/4 pounder, and we'll get a length measurement. If it's going to be a master angler, it's going to be by length on this one. I'm thinking it's going to be real close. Oh yeah, there it is. 20 incher, just a little over 20 inches. Another Nebraska master angler. That's the kind of fish that I'm looking to catch when I'm slow rolling these spinnerbaits through the weed beds. You can catch some really nice bass doing this technique. And when the water's cold, like I said, it's one of my favorite techniques to go to. So this fish takes off. Change to another spot here. Hooked up with a decent fish. Not a monster, but it's a pretty good fish. Just slow rolling that spinnerbait through the weeds. Like I said, you don't really want to pop it with your rod too much. You want to just reel it with your reel and try and reel it right through the weeds. A lot of times it'll kind of get stuck in the weeds, and you'll just keep reeling, and then when it pops loose out of those weeds, that's when the fish will pounce on it. And normally you catch some pretty good sized fish. This one's pretty small here, but for the most part it's a bigger fish technique. Hooked up with another one here. Better than the last one. A lot of times I'll use a red spinnerbait. This time I'm using an orange and chartreuse. They both work. Got another one hooked up here. I think this one's... Thinking this is a nicer fish here. Kinda got in the weeds, so it was kinda hard to tell how big it was, but pretty good one here, I think. Oh yeah. Not too bad. Good 2.5 to 3 pounder. That one's pretty fat. Not gonna weigh this one, but pretty nice bass on the spinnerbait. Usually when you think about throwing a spinnerbait, you think about throwing in windy conditions with a lot of chop on the water. But when you're doing this technique, it's not necessarily necessary to have that wind as the sun sets through the trees on this day. You can still catch them on this spinnerbait this time of year, slow rolling even when the wind's not blowing. So I'm at a different lake on another day here, doing the same technique, slow rolling the spinnerbait and some shallow weeds, and I hooked up with a pretty good fish here. I didn't have much time to fish this day. I had like 20-30 minutes, and I caught a little fish at a different lake, and then I caught this nicer fish here at this lake. And that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll catch you on the next one.